Chapter 10. Her name was Kiara. She had relayed parts of her story to Endry as they retraced the same path he had initially taken to track down the group that had kidnapped the girl. Most of what she told him centered around her time in one of Oreo's many children's homes, a symptom of the relentless push to repopulate the New World. Families pressured into having more children than they could care for often left infants to be raised with the nearest willing in the community. It was a noble effort in theory. In practice, Endry had seen for himself how little responsibility the people of Oreo actually took. Neglect had become the norm. Kiara walked just a pace ahead, just within reach of Endry, although she did have a habit of pausing to run her hands over the coarse trees, across the damp brush, feeling every one of the textures against her small hands. The undergrowth, thick and dense, rose nearly to her neck, with occasional rays of sunlight breaking through the canopy that illuminated floating dust like tiny stars that betrayed the night. More than once Endry nudged her with the blunt end of his spear. He made sure to let her wander. He embraced her exploring, but used his weapon shaft as a guide rail for her safety. "What do you think happened, Mr. Spearman?" Kiara asked suddenly, trying to veer from the rough path again toward a tree that had fallen, resting against its own jagged stump. Perhaps it was struck by lightning or had its life choked out from it by its neighbors. Either way, it was now rotting into a hollowed-out log that invited Kiara's desperate curiosity. Endry, not Mr. Spearman. Mr. Spearman had begun to grow frustrated with Kiara. Not because she was curious, but that it made him so concerned for her safety as she continued to test the length of the metaphorical leash Endry was keeping her on. And what do you mean? With what? The tree? They fall all the time.